Hi everyone, I am Pragya Saboo and I am the co-founder and CEO at Arya Health.
Hi, I'm Ahilya. I'm the CTO of Arya Health.
Hi, I'm Mallika and I'm the CFO at Arya Health.
Hi, my name is Navya Naveli Nanda and I'm the co-founder of Arya Health, which is a women's healthcare platform in India that aims to be the one-stop shop solution for all women's healthcare needs. We started our journey off by creating content around complex feminine health issues, and we're soon going to be launching our e-commerce platform that will support all women's health and wellness products. I think for the longest time when I would visit my gynecologist with my mother, I always felt very uncomfortable and awkward talking about feminine health and sexual health, which is a taboo topic in society today, and particularly in India. And I felt that these topics should not be so difficult. These conversations should not be so awkward. And it's at that point that I realized that there really needed to be a change and more open conversation around feminine health in India.
I'd say there isn't just one incident that made me, change my opinion and change my focus into women's health. It's been a culmination of really small and big things over the last few years that has really increased my passion to solve healthcare-related needs for women. For example, there's a lot of misinformation out there. It's very difficult for us to get the right kind of opinion on next steps for healthcare. There's just a lot of gap in the Indian market. There's a lot of stigma associated with several healthcare conditions. And all of this in some shape or form have made me really focus into healthcare for women.
So when I was 17, I worked with an organization called Seva Mandir in the outskirts of Rajasthan, where I focused on female child sanitation and domestic abuse against women in impoverished communities. That made me really realize the inequities that exist in this economy against women.
I think for me, it was just being outside and studying abroad and realizing the power of entrepreneurship and the disruptions it could create. And I really saw value in bringing an idea like that back and actually creating some change in women's health, because there's a lot that needs to be done worldwide, but we're taking a stab at it here in India with our safe communities and now commerce channel.
I think that my parents, and especially my mother, was very open with me in terms of menstruation, and she did tell me all things that were I was going to experience, but I don't think there was ever that open dialogue around sexual health, and there was still that awkwardness. And also because I don't think that I had the opportunity to have a platform where I could go to learn about all these things without feeling judged and without feeling insecure or conscious about the topic.
I come from a very liberal family. They were very open and honest with me about what it means to come of age, and I think that made the actual journey very easy. I also have an elder sister, and watching her go through it made me understand what it's like for her and subsequently a lot of women. So personally, it was actually a very easy journey, and it's something I realized that I was privileged to have with a very open family.
I think coming of age for me was confusing like it is for everyone, but I think I had a supportive family that carried me through that. I also went to an all-girls school, so that was something that was really comforting because I had my girl gang supporting me no matter what questions I had. So I think it was an easy process.
Two things actually that I really need to do is working out and meditating. I've really become, I can't start my day without meditation, and I can't end my day without a workout. So having those two things in my day really helped me take care of my mental health.
I think it's important to sometimes take time out and do things that make you happy. So for me, that's playing the piano or reading a book, and things that don't stress me out very much, something that's not related to work. And it's also important to spend some time with yourself. I feel that is something that's helped me a lot with my mental health.
So I actually learned this from Navya. I started writing daily affirmations, and I like to meditate every morning for 20 minutes.
My mental health, I think I take self-care days. Those are really, really important for me. I'm a workaholic, so I eventually do burn out. So I think it's really important for everyone to take those few hours away and say, this time is for me and this time is when I take care of myself. So that's what I do for my mental health.
I think it's a great platform for businesses because we started our community and we began our journey on social media, and I think that it also allows a lot of people to voice their opinion, which is something we definitely need more of. So I would say it's a great tool if utilized well for businesses, and especially small businesses like ours.
Social media is definitely has its pros and cons, and I think we all agree on that. For business specifically, it's definitely made it a lot easier for entrepreneurs to get more exposure to their business, to their products, to their services, and it's made it a lot easier for people to start doing what they want and get clients for it. So I really believe in the power of social media to help businesses out, and I think one of the reasons we grew really fast is because of how much traction we got on social media. So for businesses, I think it's doing a good job.
I think social media has a lot of power in that it has the ability to fuel and fund startups in a way that's never been there before. I think it's empowering a lot of communities whose voices were previously not heard, and whether that's women, whether in other countries it's just like other impoverished communities. So in a way, and in a large part, I think it does have a lot of opportunities to do good.
I think social media is actually brilliant in the way it informs and educates people, and that's something we're using for Arya as well, that we're making this bite-sized content, medically verifying it and distributing it to all of our current users. So I think social media can be used for incredible things if used correctly.